Hello everyone, I'm Arkangel and today I'm going to talk about AI. I'm only going to talk about art related AI and what I think about it. I think it's great. It's like any other tool, you can use it for good or bad things, I think. The only problem I see with these companies is they using living artists art or art style without their permission. I will talk about Midjourney specifically because I got the info that they, maybe others too, have some license agreements that for me were hypocritical due to what they do, so I decided to check Midjourney's license agreement. I just took the parts that were interesting to me, so let's start. And basically, it sounds to me at least that you cannot do what they do. It says here you may not use the services for competitive research, you may not reverse engineer the services or the assets. You may not use automated tools to access, interact with, or generate assets through the services. Given that they used artists' art without permission, I don't get why they are against what I think is their own model of business. And the juiciest part, not using automated tools maybe is not to like jam the services with like robots just, I don't know, doing things, maybe, I don't know. The juiciest part, rights you give to Midjourney. Oh yes. And let's get ready. By using the services, you grant Midjourney its successors and assign a perpetual, worldwide, non-exclusive, sublicensable, not charged, royalty-free, irrevocable copyright license to reproduce, prepare derivative works of, publicly display, publicly perform, sublicense, and distribute text and image prompts you input into the services or assets produced by the service at your direction. This license survives termination of this agreement by any party for any reason. This part, firstly, I don't think is actually enforceable, but it's also laughable because if you use the service, you only get to use it commercially, the assets, I think, as far as I know, and only the paid option. They even want the rights for images and text that you input into the service. So, come on. I wonder if they are using the images to also make money through other means indirectly. Also, again, they get to use others' art, but they want theirs to be protected. So, I don't know. Unlimited service and rate limiting. If you purchase an unlimited plan, we will try to reasonably offer you unlimited access to the services. However, we reserve the right to rate limit you to prevent quality decay or interruptions to other customers. This part, I think, is kind of fair, but as they explain it, it's not actually unlimited if the service can be interrupted for any reason. So, community guidelines. No adult content or gore. Please avoid making visually shocking or disturbing content. We will block some text inputs automatically, and as always, adult content creators are the most preferable and they won't be affected by AI. Sharing others' creations. Do not publicly repost the creations of others without their permission. This one was weird. I don't understand why. Not only sounds immensely hypocritical due to how they got their database in the first place, but also how are they going to prevent that? Let's not forget this is a community guideline, so you can get a ban because of this, just because of sharing others' creation. I don't understand very well. I don't know, maybe I'm so accustomed to just seeing things on the internet, like free kind of content. Banhammer. Any violations of these rules may lead to bans from our services. We're not a democracy. Behave respectfully or lose your rights to use the service. I think it's totally valid to ban someone if they break the rules, but I don't think this should be the way to say it. Now, this is the part I thought was kind of crazy or weird, at least. Limitation of liability and indemnity. If you knowingly infringe someone else's intellectual property and that costs us money, we're going to come find you and collect that money from you. We might also do other stuff, like try to get a court to make you pay or attorney's fees. Don't do it. And this is exactly what it says, okay? This is, I don't know, in my opinion, kind of crazy. I wonder if a lawyer actually wrote this. I don't understand how you will infringe someone's property and cost them money. I think they could argue that your prompt generated an artist's art and they are suing them. You know, the artist is suing Midjourney, maybe. They will go after you for using the artist's style or something. Or they just want people to refrain from suing them in some way. And the part we might do other stuff like try to get a court to make you pay or attorney's fees. Don't do it. Why are they trying to scare people this way? I don't get it, at least to the people who read this. And I don't know, but I don't think that's exactly how it works. Midjourney's artists list. There is a list where you can find all the artist styles you can use. Now, this list was not posted or shared by Midjourney directly or another website, but I guess they had something to do with it because the list is pretty long and it has almost, I don't know, I was looking for some of the artists I know and I saw that they have a freaking Yoshitaka Amano. I mean, I don't know how it would play out if a normal person just used a famous artist style for the work. I also think this is where traditional medium artists like Mr. Amano have a huge advantage because you could never have a piece in his style, AI generated, with actual value. Thankfully, one of my favorite artists is not in the list. It's also traditional medium artist, not gonna say the name, but I don't know, was kind of surprising. I'm glad. I think if AI becomes something that replaces artists someday, will be only digital ones. I don't think it's going to happen, but we never know. So, AI and copyright. I also wanted to touch this subject, copyright of AI images, and why Midjourney can't or maybe won't be able to enforce the majority, in my opinion, you know, I'm not a lawyer, but in my opinion, of their license over their generated art. AI created comic officially loses copyright protection rights for its images. And this is an article. Zarya of the Dawn. It's the name of the comic in question, which literally took Zendaya's physical appearance as the protagonist's design. I think they could have gotten into another big mess. The name is also similar to Zendaya. Zendaya. Come on, guys. Come on. The United States Copyright Office, USCO, I think, I don't know, has issued its official ruling regarding a previously copyrighted comic book where the art was created using AI, and the results were a bit of a split decision and yada yada. You know, basically they can copyright images with the text, but they can't copyright the images alone. What is the argument for AI art to be copyrightable? Casanova, that's the artist, Casanova's attorney, Van Lindbergh, noted in his reaction to the ruling, Jackson Pollock's paintings were all copyrightable, and yet Pollock famously couldn't predict how the paint he used would drip onto the canvas. Yeah, but he created the images himself, you know? In Spanish, we call copyright derecho de autor, author's right. Author is the key here. You didn't create the image or the images. You don't have rights over it. Maybe I just don't see it as they do, but I think it's simple as that. Now let's talk a little about what made me do this video. AI versus artists, basically. This is another article. DeviantArt Midjourney faced lawsuit for using billions of copyrighted images in AI art. Sarah Anderson, Kelly McKernan, and Carla Ortiz, maybe more artists are involved as far as I know, filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against Stability AI, Midjourney, and DeviantArt. The lawsuit alleges that there are billions of copyrighted images involved in the creation of a Stable Diffusion. Therefore, the lawsuit alleges the use of those images leads to direct copyright infringement and other violations. I think there should be an argument on the lines of identity theft. Not exactly that, but being able to use someone's style and name, but not paying or not even discussing with this person about it, I think should have some repercussions. May sound stupid, but I think so. What if ideologically I don't agree with some of that generated content with my style? Maybe someone else thinks that I actually did it and brings negative attention to me. Just an idea of what can happen. I remember I used to love DeviantArt, but I also, with time, noticed why it was just not good for me as an artist. Now they use their databases like to feed AIs, which again I don't think is bad, but why not just asking for permission and not just using people's art as if it was nothing anyway. And I think this other argument that I have against some of these companies, that they make money from people's art. I don't know exactly how to explain it. I'm not against it, but don't make money from others' art, maybe. So anyway, thank you for watching. See you in another video and have fun. Bye.